Hey, this is Irvin Griffin, and welcome to another edition of A.T.S.B.S. And for those of you that don't know, it stands simply for Ain't This Some Boo. And really, this episode should be called Hold This L, because you see a picture here of Gabrielle Union with their daughter and with husband Dwayne Wade. Now, everybody's talked about how they got together and everything. I'm not going to spend time going into all that and stuff, but I will say this. Prior to them getting married, there was an incident where Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade did take a break, in which Dwayne Wade, in that interim, slept with another woman and got her pregnant. And I think it's a little boy. The little boy is probably about 8 or 9 by now. And they got married shortly afterwards. Well, now Gabrielle Union has come out with a book. In which she mentions it, and she talks about how the woman of today would have left Dwayne Wade. Well, here's the funny thing. Number one, you two allegedly were on a break. So why would this even been a big deal, number one? And number two, yes, Dwayne Wade should have been smarter and probably used protection. But the woman you are today, well, the woman back then should have left. But then again, he technically didn't cheat on you, because you two were not together. At least according to you guys. You two were not together at that point. Number three, I understand with Gabrielle Union's battle with infertility and everything, and that could be very personal for a woman. I'm not going to make fun of that. But the fact is, if this was too much for you, you should have either sought professional help. Lord knows you can afford it. Or you should have just left. If this was that big of a deal to you, you should have just left. Straight simple. And now, after all this time, you're going to bring it up publicly in a book. And I know, say, well, you're not the target audience. No, stop. Stop with that excuse. Okay? If you've forgiven him, let it, at least publicly anyway, let it go. And if it's still a problem, you need to seek help or leave the relationship. I mean, let me tell you, everybody tries to prop up Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade as relationship goals and stuff, but I don't know. I don't speak too much on celebrities anymore, because at the end of the day, what they do don't affect my life. And you shouldn't be listening to what a celebrity says about anything anyway. However, I've always sensed all was not well with this relationship, really way back, that there was something wrong. Like the stories about her breaking up, her and his longtime woman that he had known from grade school. I will say this. He wasn't wearing skirts and stuff, and one of his children wasn't changing genders, but that's a whole nother topic. But looking at everything and knowing that this the child he had with the other woman is a boy, makes me wonder if all that stuff isn't some type of sick revenge. But that's just speculatory on my part. This is what I'll say. Miss Union should have, in my personal opinion, sought professional help or just broke off the relationship. Because it's obvious it still bothers her. And let me tell you something. Personally, and I ain't going to name names, but certain people in my life, the whole forgiveness thing, letting it go, it's tough. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's simple. It's not simple. It's not, especially if they hurt you deeply. But this is what I've come to learn. Once you have forgiven them, let it go. Not now, I hate the phrase forgive and forget. I hate that phrase because I'm sorry, you're not going to forget. You're not. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. The only one that's going to forgive and forget is the good Lord above. Human beings are not going to forget. I'm sorry. That whole thing, we need to drop forgive and forget from our vocabulary. However, once you forgive, you need to let it go. And if you can't let it go, you need to leave that person alone. Move on, because it's obvious you have not forgiven them. You have not really forgiven them. I mean, it's always going to be there. It's going to bother you. But once you've forgiven them, it will not bother you as much. But if it bothers you to this degree, especially disregarding that this 8 or 9-year-old boy probably knows how to read by now. And one day he's going to be wondering, why was I being called out on this? Or why was I excluded from family functions and this and that? She has obviously not let this go. For her to even mention that. This is something that should have been discussed in private, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. There have been times I have taken up for Gabrielle Union, but a lot of times, man, she is just suspect. She has always been a bit suspect. And this is just another example of that, in my opinion. Well, what do you guys think on this? I'm out. I'm Irvin Griffin. Have a nice day, folks.